So, well, we're going to take a few questions from our clients. Is that right?
Yeah, we have a bunch of questions, the common questions that come our way, Mike. So
What have you got?
one of the first questions is just around whether technical or scientific folk could or should do this storytelling thing.
I guess that's something that you and I both would resonate with, that question,
Yes.
since we both have a technical background.
Yep.
I'm an electrical engineer, and I stumbled into storytelling by accident, really because I had a problem. The problem was I needed to do a 1-hour software presentation
Right.
for our user forum in Prague. So we had 500 of our clients, maybe 400 of our clients. And in my heart, I just knew that an hour of software presenting was just going to be boring. There's no way I could engage that many people for that period of time.
Yep.
So I wrote a play.
Did you?
Yeah, I wrote a play for my technical sales guys to play. They didn't like the idea at all. In fact, they nearly rebelled on that, nearly had a revolt on that. But they did it, and they spoke the parts. And that's what I noticed, was that the audience got so engaged in the story, and they were asking questions like all the way through the coffee break afterwards.
Is that right?
And I realized that the story around how you use the software was so interesting to the clients, not the features and the technical benefits. So that was, I think it was like a 40-minute play and 20-minute questions. We had an hour of questions.
Yeah.
And that was when I first got keyed into it's the stories around the technology and using the technology. And then I got my stories shorter and shorter, and now, of course, we're Anecdote, and we deal in quite short stories.
Yes, not dramatic ones like
not
that.
Not dramatic ones. And that one even wasn't really a dramatic play as such. It was just a situation and people using the software and how they would use it. And the audience just got right into it.
That's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of the things that you remind me of is I did a program for Microsoft for all their technical salespeople, and one guy came up to me about morning tea time, and he said, "Look, I'm really concerned about this one anecdote as evidence thing. Right? It worries me that someone could make a decision based on that."
Oh, I see.
And it doesn't. I said, well, I tell you what, if you can find a research study that is a meta study, for example, that takes in thousands and thousands of data points and tell that story, you're still telling a story, but you're getting benefit of all the data.
Yes.
Right? And you could see his eyes lit up, because he was really concerned that in his mind, you were just taking these just dot points of instances.
Yes.
And it was like, for him, the worst scenario.
Yes, that's right. And I think that's a common misconception. People think that you're using an anecdote to just sort of highlight a special case, and that might not be. And the way I look at stories is that the good stories, the ones that resonate, that get told and retold, are actually good explanations. So a story as a good explanation is a super important thing, and that's our ethical responsibility to tell stories that are good explanations, right?
Yeah,